Hello friends, welcome back to VOWIAS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 30 August 2021 and now we are going to discuss 5 current affair based MCQs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. But first, let us discuss the question that was asked on Saturday, and the question was, an ordinance issued by the governor remains in the force for a maximum period of A 1 year, B 6 months, C 3 months, D forever. And no one has given the correct answer actually. So if you see this ordinance making power of the governor, a president has the power to make ordinance under Article 123 and the governor has the power to make ordinance under Article 213. Okay, so you can say this ordinance making power is an alternative legislation power which the governor and the president has. So the governor can actually make an ordinance only when either of the house in a bicameral legislature, only when either of the house is not in session, only then a governor can make an ordinance, and this ordinance which was made will remain into, you can say, into force for a maximum period of 6 months. After that, or you can say after the reassembly of the legislature, the ordinance has to be passed in the legislature within 6 weeks. Otherwise, the ordinance will lapse, and the ordinance can be passed with retrospective effect. That means it can be passed with effect from a previous date. Okay, so this is all the information that we need to remember from the ordinance point of view. So now let's move on. And guys, as you know, daily we upload 5 current affair based MCQs along with their solutions in a PDF format. Also, we upload the current affairs summary also in our Telegram channel. You can download all of these material at free of cost from the Telegram channel, whose details I've given in the description. If you have any queries, if you have any doubts, you can get back to us. You can leave your doubts in the comment box, and also you can get back to us via Telegram, even via mail as well. Okay, so now let's begin the discussion. Let's see the first question. Consider the following statements with respect to the eco-sensitive zones. So eco-sensitive zones was in use, so that's why we asked this question. The first statement: the Environmental Protection Act of 1986 mentioned the word eco-sensitive zone as areas around the protected areas, national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Second one, they act as shock absorbers to the protected area by regulating and managing the activities around such areas. So here we have to choose the correct answer. A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 or 2. So if you see the first statement, it is given that the word eco-sensitive zone is mentioned in the Environmental Protection Act of 1986, which is wrong because it is not mentioned in the Environmental Protection Act of 1986. But second one, if you see, they act as shock absorbers to the protected areas by regulating and managing activities. This is a right statement. So B 2 only is the correct answer. Okay, so this eco-sensitive zone actually is mentioned in the environmental rules of 2002. Okay, so actually recently the Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has notified the eco-sensitive zone of Deepal Beel Wildlife Sanctuary on the southwest edge of Guwahati. So remember, Deepal Beel Wildlife Sanctuary is there in Assam, Guwahati. Eco-sensitive zone or the ecological fragile areas, both are same, and they are notified by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change around the protected areas, national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. And the purpose of declaring eco-sensitive zone is to create some kind of shock absorber to the protected area by regulating and managing the activities around such areas. They also act as a transition zone from area of high protection to area involving lesser protection. The Environmental Protection Act of 1986 do not mention the word eco-sensitive zone. An eco-sensitive zone can go up to 10 kilometers around the protected area, and as provided in the Wildlife Conservation Strategy of 2002. Okay, so this is all about the eco-sensitive zone that we need to remember. Now let's move on to the next question. The second question: the Xyrias anjaalai, which was seen in news, is related to A, new deep water species of snake eel, B, insecticide, C, cave-lion cub found in Siberia's permafrost, and D, the lion-tailed macaque. We have to choose the correct answer, and the correct answer is A, new deep water species of snake eel. So recently, the animals which were discovered in 2020 were published by the Geological Survey of India. The Geological Survey of India has published this, and that's why this was in news. If you see the important species that were added, the Trimersus Salazar, which is a species of green pit viper discovered from Arunachal Pradesh. Green pit viper is a snake. Okay. Next one, the Lycodon deccanensis, which is the Deccan wolf snake discovered in Karnataka. Lycodon deccanensis. Next one is the Sperotheca bengaluru, which is a new species of burrowing frog from Bangalore. The Xyrias anjaalai, which is a new water species of snake eel from Kerala. the Glyptothorax gudicensis, which is a new species of catfish from Manipur, the Clister gelatinensis, which is a new species of scarab beetles from the Great Nicobar biosphere, the Mitosis frata, which is a bat species from China, Taiwan and Russia, and this has reported for the first time in Uttarakhand, the Zoothera citrini gibsonhilli, which is an orange-headed thrush earlier known from the southern Myanmar to southern Thailand, was reported for the first time in India based on the collection made from the Narkodam Island in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These are the new species that were discovered, and from the examination point of view, from the prelims point of view, these are the ones that we need to just have a look at it. Okay, now let's move on. The third question, consider the following statements. Gravitational waves are created when two black holes orbit each other and merge. Second one, the gravitational waves travel at a speed of light and they squeeze and stretch anything in their path. We have to choose the correct statements. A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So here the correct answer is C both 1 and 2. So gravitational waves are those waves which travel in space and are created when two black holes orbit each other and merge. So this merging of black holes create these gravitational waves. These are invisible waves that are found in the space, that can be found in the space. And these gravitational waves are so powerful that they travel at a speed of light and they squeeze and stretch anything that comes in their path. This is the special feature of these gravitational waves. So the correct answer is C both 1 and 2. So recently the Department of Science and Technology has reported that Indian scientists have discovered the merger of three supermassive black holes from as many galaxies to form a triple active galactic nucleus. The gravitational waves basically are invisible ripples in the space that form when a star explodes in supernova, two big stars orbit each other, two black holes merge, or a neutron star black hole merges. So these are the conditions when a gravitational wave can be created. When a star explodes in a supernova, when two big stars orbit each other, two black holes merge, and two neutron stars holes merge. And they travel at the speed of light and they squeeze and stretch anything in their path. As a gravitational wave travels through space-time, it causes it to stretch in one direction and compress it in the other direction. Any object that occupies that region of space-time also stretches and compresses as the waves pass over them through very slightly, which can only be detected by specialized devices like the LIGO. Theory and discovery, if you see, they were earlier proposed by Albert Einstein in his general theory of relativity over a century ago. However, the first gravitational waves were actually discovered by LIGO in 2015 only. Right? So this is all the information about black holes that we need from the prelims point of view. Just pause the video and have a look at it once again. Right? Now let's move on to the next question. The Mareel was in news recently is associated to A. Deccan wolf snake, B. Rare form of marine bioluminescence, C. Bonded labor, and D. Amphibious warfare ship. The correct answer is B. Rare form of marine bioluminescence. So recently the scientists are using a new satellite technology, which is the day-night band, to find glow in the dark Milky Seas. This glow in the dark Milky Seas is called Mareel, which is a rare form of marine bioluminescence, where the nocturnal species in the ocean surface produces a widespread, uniform and steady whitish glow. The bioluminescence is the light produced by a chemical reaction within that organism which live there, and about 2 or 3 Milky Seas occur every year worldwide, and most of them occurred in the northwest Indian Ocean off the coast of Indonesia. And sometimes these exceed up to 1 lakh square kilometers in the surface area, and it persists for days to weeks, drifting within the doldrums amid the prevailing sea surface currents and aligning with the narrow ranges of sea surface temperature and biomass. And they arises from a saprophytic relationship between the luminous bacteria and microalgae that expresses on the microscale. And the strain of luminous bacteria called Vibrio harvey colonizing algae at the water surface has been found. Okay, so this is what is called as Mareel, and they are the bioluminescent bodies, you can say species. And recently the scientists are using new technologies in order to new band in order to find that glow in the dark Milky Seas. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, the last question of the day. The Chagos archipelago is an island group in the A. Arctic Ocean, B. Central Indian Ocean, C. Atlantic Ocean, and D. South China Sea. The Chagos archipelago is in the Central Indian Ocean, so B is the correct answer. So the Chagos archipelago is actually it's a controversy that is there. Okay, so recently the United Nations has banned British stamps from being used on the Chagos archipelago. That's why this was in news. Okay. So it's an atoll which is there in the Indian Ocean territory. It's an atoll. So it's a dispute between the British and the Maldives. So the matter went to the United Nations. The Chagos archipelago is a group of islands in the central Indian Ocean which is located about 600 kilometers south of the Indian subcontinent. So just we need to know its location. That's the most important thing, right? Now let's look at the question of the day. And the question of the day is: the fundamental rights can be suspended by A. Governor, B. Law Minister, C. President, and D. Prime Minister. So tomorrow we will discuss this question in detail. Okay. And guys, before I leave, just a small information. We have launched Vision PT 365 summary, Vision Prelims test series summary, Vision monthly magazine summary, and Vision mains test series summary. These summaries will help in your preparation. These summaries will ensure that you revise the small things multiple times, the current affairs multiple times, because what we have done is we have reduced the size of the documents. This will definitely help in your revision, and you can see the output after your prelims. So do make the best use of these initiatives that we have launched for you, and if you have any queries, you can get back to us via comments or via the Telegram as well. Okay, you can check the quality of these summaries also from our Telegram channel. I'm giving the Telegram channel details in the description. So that's it guys from my side. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.